You feel everyone's pain like it's your own. But you can also destroy a narcissist with 5 calm words. You might be a dark empath. Stay until the end. The quiz will terrify you. This isn't just another internet buzzword. It's a paradigm shift. For years, the conversation has been dominated by the narcissist, the emotional vampire, the black hole of human connection. But the internet finally discovered the most dangerous personality type that isn't the narcissist. It's the person who beat them. It's the person who can walk into the narcissist labyrinth, map it out in minutes, and walk out with the Minotaur's head. This is the story of the Dark Empath. What actually is a Dark Empath? Forget everything you thought you knew about empaths. The classic empath is a sponge. They absorb the joy, the rage, the sorrow of everyone around them, and they get heavy, waterlogged, and eventually, they get drained. They become the perpetual victim, the caretaker who never gets taken care of. The narcissist, on the other hand, is a void. They feel nothing genuine themselves, so they drain everyone else to feel a flicker of something, anything. They are the architects of that exhaustion. Now imagine a third type. A hybrid. The dark empath. You feel everything just like the classic empath. You can walk into a room and instantly feel the subtle tension between two people. The unspoken grief of a stranger, the bubbling rage hidden behind a polite smile. But here's where the path diverges. Instead of absorbing it and getting crushed by it, you analyze it. You understand it, and, if necessary, you can weaponize it. A groundbreaking 2025 study in the Journal of Personality confirmed what many have suspected. When tested, dark empaths score higher than clinical narcissists on 2 crucial traits: cognitive empathy and Machiavellianism. Cognitive empathy is the ability to understand another person's perspective, to read them like a book, to know what they're going to do before they do. Machiavellianism is the willingness to use strategic, cunning, and sometimes deceptive tactics to achieve a goal. The classic empath has high affective empathy. They feel your pain, but low strategy. The narcissist has low empathy, but high strategy. The dark empath has high levels of both. They possess the empath's heart, but it's protected by the psychopath's strategy. It is, without question, the most powerful combination. This combination gives you a set of secret superpowers. There are 7 that define the dark empath. First, you sense lies before they're even spoken. You have a built-in micro-expression radar. While others are listening to the words, you're watching the flicker in their eye, the tiny muscle twitch in their jaw, the slight hesitation in their breath. You don't just hear the lie. You feel the discord it creates in the air. Second, you can mirror emotions on command. This isn't a manipulative trick. It's an advanced form of connection. You can so perfectly reflect someone's emotional state back to them that they feel instantly seen, heard, and understood. This builds a foundation of trust so deep and so fast that people will tell you their darkest secrets within minutes of meeting you. They feel safe with you because on a subconscious level, you've become them. Third, you can trigger guilt in manipulators without ever raising your voice. A narcissist feeds on big reactions, your anger, your tears. They're expecting a fight. Instead, you give them quiet, calculated observation. A simple, piercing question or a moment of pointed silence can unravel their entire narrative, forcing them to confront the one thing they cannot stand: their own flawed reflection. Fourth, you walk away clean. The trauma bond, that toxic, sticky glue that keeps most people tethered to a narcissist for years, doesn't stick to you. Why? Because you saw the end from the beginning. You felt the toxic dynamic, you understood the game, and while you may have played along for a while to gather information, you never truly gave your core self away. Your departure is clean, surgical, and final. Fifth, you read a room in 3 seconds and can control it in 10. You are the master of social dynamics. You instantly identify the power player, the insecure one, the mediator, and the agitator. With a few carefully chosen words, a strategic glance, or even by simply shifting your position in the room, you can alter the entire emotional current, steering the group dynamic in any direction you choose. Sixth, your silence is scarier than their screaming. A narcissist uses rage and volume to dominate. You use the absence of sound. When you go silent, it's not a retreat. It's a recalibration. You are processing, analyzing, and strategizing. To the narcissist, who craves attention like oxygen, your focused silence is a void, a black hole of terrifying disapproval that they will do anything to fill, often exposing their entire hand in the process. And finally, you heal faster than anyone else. People assume that because you feel so deeply, you must break more easily. The opposite is true. You've been to the emotional depths. You've felt the worst of it, not just your own pain, but the echoes of everyone else's. When you get hurt, it's a familiar landscape. You've already navigated it 1,000 times in your mind. You process, integrate the lesson, and move on with a speed that looks almost inhuman to outsiders. You don't just get stronger from the pain. You metabolize it into power. 2 years ago, I was the classic burnt-out empath. I was the therapist for all my friends, the one who took the late-night calls, the one who absorbed all the trauma. I found myself angry after every toxic friendship, completely drained, wondering why I always attracted these emotional vampires. Then 2025 happened. One narcissist in my life pushed too far, one final betrayal that was so blatant, so cruel. It was like a switch was flipped inside my brain. The part of me that always made excuses, that always saw the good in them, just died. Something snapped. I looked him dead in the eyes, and with a calmness that scared even me, I said 5 words that ended him. I didn't yell. I just delivered a single, undeniable truth that dismantled his entire false reality. That day, I stopped being prey. I felt a shift inside me. I was no longer the sponge. I became the quiet predator who still feels everything, but now chooses when to bite. This transformation isn't an accident. It can be a deliberate process. This is the 21-day Dark Empath activation protocol. Week 1 is the shadow mirror exercise. Every morning, you will stand in front of the mirror for 3 minutes, and you will say one dark truth out loud. Something you've been afraid to admit even to yourself. For example, I enjoyed watching them fail after they betrayed me. The goal is not to judge it, but to acknowledge the darkness inside you, to integrate it. This is how you build an immunity to shame. Week 2 is emotional judo training. This is about learning to manage energetic input. You will practice consciously feeling someone's energy, their anger, their anxiety, their arrogance, and instead of absorbing it, you will learn to reflect it back, but 10 times stronger. You can practice this with text messages. If someone sends you a passive-aggressive text, instead of getting defensive, you mirror that exact energy back with a calm, cutting question. You use their momentum against them. Week 3 is the silence blade. This is a 48-hour no-explanation boundary challenge. For 2 full days, when you need to say no, you use only the phrase, "I'm not available." No excuses, no apologies, no justifications. "Can you help me move?" "I'm not available." "Why not? What are you doing?" "I'm not available." This trains you to hold your ground without needing to win approval. It teaches others that your boundaries are non-negotiable walls, not flimsy fences. As a bonus tool, you can master the 5-word narcissist destroyer phrases. Now, it's time to find out where you stand. It's time for the Are You a Dark Empath? Quiz. Get ready to be honest with yourself. 10 questions, yes or no. 1. Have you ever made someone apologize to you without raising your voice? 2. Do you sometimes feel a sense of satisfaction when someone who wronged you gets what they deserve? 3. Can you tell what someone is feeling even when their words say the opposite? 4. Have you ever been called intimidating or too intense when you were being perfectly calm? 5. Do you feel the pain of others but still find yourself winning the argument? 6. Can you switch from crying and feeling deep emotion to ice-cold logic in a matter of seconds? 7. Do people tell you their deepest secrets, often very soon after meeting you? 8. Have you ever deliberately withheld a reaction to make someone else uncomfortable? 9. Do you feel guilt for your actions, but it doesn't stop you from doing what you know is necessary? 10. Have you ever felt more like a predator than prey in a social situation? Count your yes answers. If you scored 0 to 3, you are likely a classic empath. Your heart is your guide. If you scored 4 to 7, you are in the awakening stage. Your power is beginning to surface. If you scored 8 to 10, you are a full dark empath. Welcome to the 1%. Comment your score right now. I'm replying to every single one for the next 48 hours. Here's the secret nobody says. The dark empath isn't evil. You are not the villain of this story. You are the immune system of humanity. You are the necessary antibody that develops in response to the social pathogen of narcissism. You feel the pain, so you know exactly where to locate the cancer. You understand the darkness, so you know precisely where to cut. If you use this power wrong, driven by ego or revenge, you risk becoming the very thing you fight against. But if you use it right, with precision, with wisdom, and with a core of integrity, you become a force of justice. You become the quiet legend that people talk about for years, the one who couldn't be broken. Before you close this video, remember this: sensitivity is not weakness. Strategy is not coldness. Put them together, and you become the rarest personality type in the room. If today opened something in you, don't stop here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.